Good morning.
So I'm Vanshika.
Yeah.
I study in grade 9. I'm in Apple Global School and I'm currently the head girl there.
Uh,
So Vanshika. So I have a long journey ahead of me and a long history behind me, even though I'm only a teenager. But
Okay.
yes, I think the way I've grown up with my parents, with my family, with my friends, and just the world around
Do
me.
you have any siblings?
Yes, I have a brother,
Okay.
older brother. So, yes, very special bond with my brother, which my parents, I don't think they can decode.
Right.
But yes, I have grown up in a very, let's say, safe environment, but also fun environment, which has kept me in a comfort zone, but also helped me experience things and try new things and always think of life in some or the other way, which maybe most children do not get the chance to do it because they're too worried about school achievements, life goals. Then parents, they sort of pressure their kids.
Before we continue, I want our viewers to know that this is a young girl with very innovative, very original, and very different thoughts and lifestyle, which has these days become to be normal is the abnormal. So she's such a young girl. So instead of getting attracted to nonsense, time wasting routine, she has
Yes.
chosen a different path. And today we are here to introduce you, Vanshika. She has penned a beautiful book containing poems, and we are talking to Vanshika and trying to explore how it all happened. Yes, please, Vanshika.
Yes, so uh, writing this book, a big part of it was my parents and how they shaped me. My father always is very different, I must say.
How were you as a very little girl, say 5 to 7 years girl?
That age, I was very scared. I was always scared of the world. I used to be, always hugging my mom, mummy, like always just crawled up with my mom's comfort zone. Then my father sort of started talking to me a lot as I started growing. He always talked to me, but then as I started growing up more and more and more, he started, like, we just grew a special bond, and then started teaching me things that I think most people don't know. So a lot of knowledge.
Despite being a busy businessman, he took out time to sit with you and talk to you.
Yes,
That is very
I
nice.
think, yes, I think my father would always have time for me. I'm very confident in that. So I grew.
What did you both talk about?
We talk about everything. He tells me his stories from his childhood, and then all the way we talk about how India could have been, our history, the knowledge, and politics, even everything. Everything.
Were you an inquisitive child?
Sorry?
Very inquisitive, asking questions?
Yes, and my father always did a very good job at indirectly answering them, so it always kept that alive.
Okay.
Yes, so I think so. This is the way I always grew up, always learning to question things around me, always having my own thoughts on everything, and I always wanted an answer on everything. So then I grew up more, and then I realized, okay, so this is life, and you have to live it no matter what. You have to go in some direction, even if you don't know what direction it is.
Yes.
So you have to sort of keep figuring it out. You don't have to take pressure, take any stress on it. So I started getting these thoughts on how one should live life, or how the mindset should be. Then this was always like this, and then one day I just suddenly discovered that I can write poems. I discovered it myself. I never knew.
Okay.
I never tried. Oh my god! I
Which
should-
was the first poem that you penned?
The first poem I wrote was in grade 6, and it was on India. It was an assignment given to all of us. So at first I was going to copy it from Google, homework.
Right.
So I was not going to put in any effort. But then I thought I don't remember it now, but a very good line came to me, and I thought if the poem had this very line, then it would sound so good. I just wrote that line, and
So
then
rhyming.
and then it kept coming.
Okay.
After that, kept coming, and then I showed that to my teacher, and she was like, "Vanshika, you can write poems? You never told me." I also did not know that. So that's where it
And what
started.
age were you at that time?
Age, I think I was 11, 10, 11 years old.
Okay.
So that was my first poem. Then I wrote a poem on racism. That was also an assignment. Then I wrote on Teachers' Day. So a lot of teachers really liked that. Some teachers told me they got emotional. I thought, okay, thank you. That's a compliment. I'm very glad. Then from that point on, I kept writing my poems. I write poems with my best friend now.
Okay.
We write together.
Oh.
So these poems, they started collecting, or actually scattering, because I never kept them properly. Then when I told my father about a few of the poems, he said you should keep them together, because these are valuable. They're pieces of art, in a way. You should keep them. This is good. I said okay, sure. But then after he really insisted on it,
So it's a work of last 2 years? 3
yes,
years.
yes. So, but in the beginning, I would take months of gap in between each poem. Otherwise, the poems only take 10.
So
to 15
were
minutes.
they scattered thoughts, or you first thought of topping, then you started writing, or your various thoughts came to you and you started penning them in verses?
So, whenever I write a poem, I never think of writing a poem first. I
Okay.
don't think like, okay, it's like, when you get a homework, so you're like, okay, now I need to start doing the homework. No, it's like the poem tells me that you need to start writing now, because, okay, you are getting this thought, write it down. So, anytime, I was on a walk once, and I think my brother and my father, they were just talking, and something they said really sparked something. Oh, I can write a poem on this. Yes, this is a good line. So I took out my phone and I started writing, and then it became a really good poem. So I was like, Papa, see, I wrote a poem, and hey, you wrote this now. I was like, yes. So you are the inspiration for this poem. I'll give you 10% credit. So these poems, they always just come naturally. So anytime I think this very line or this thought can make a very good poem, I just write.
So now tell us, like, how do you plan your day, and how much time on an average in a week are you sitting with different moods and trying to pen down some poem?
So, like I said, whenever I write a poem, it's never planned. But if I need to write a poem, like for example, when my father, towards the end of this, I guess before the book was going to be gone into making, he told me to quickly write a few poems. So then I thought, okay, Papa, give me some topics. What should I write on?
Okay.
So he just gave me some random topics, and then I put my own thoughts into it. So
Okay.
there's never a shortage of thoughts. Everything is filled here. So
But more so, the book has what type of mood of poems?
poems. It mostly has. I think every poem, somewhere or the other, sort of connects to the philosophy of life.
Okay.
So I grew up. Now, how do I think that life should be lived? Life should be lived, or how your mindset should be towards certain aspects of life. So if someone views how someone views a challenge, and if they take it negatively or positively, it's all here. It's all in the mind. So this is what you have to overcome before the actual material world. So
This
yeah.
latest technology, take AI or using mobiles, it has become so very normal for youngsters to spend hours together. So how you have kept safe yourself from all this menace?
So I usually So I just tell myself, again, this is a mindset. I just tell myself that this is social media, it's a platform that I get to use, not that doesn't get to use me. So I should have control over it. Social media should not have control over me. I should have it in my hands. So it should not,
It should not overpower you.
overpower me. I should have the power.
Excellent.
Yes, so that's basically it. I just have to keep reminding
Because you
myself.
can't avoid technology, you
Not
have
at
to
all.
use it.
Yes.
And that is the biggest, latest, and very useful platform.
Yes.
So, how would you motivate other children? Like, what do you want from them? What is, or let me put it this way, what is ailing in our society? And how should the order of life, people looking at each other in a hatred, and without knowing about anybody, people start generalizing and having preconceived notion. So artists, writers, poets like you have a very big role to play, which today in this state original work has almost diminished. Especially youngsters are very, very, very less in number. So you have a very powerful platform and you have started using that. How would you like to take it forward?
So I personally believe that everyone on this planet is different, and I, as a person or as a poet, I cannot change everyone or anyone in that matter. It's that very person who gets to decide if they want to change themselves. So my poem could reach 10 people. Out of that, 5 people could be very impacted by the poem. They could understand, they could have their own interpretations. And the other 5, what is this nonsense? I could write it in 5 minutes. What is this? Anyone can write this. So my goal is to just write, and the poems will reach the people it can, and it's on the people themselves. Now, if it reaches the right people, it will definitely impact the world in a positive manner. And other than that, I can't do much. All I can do is pick up a pen. I can write the
So
poems down.
topics like sensitive topics like social justice, environment, and
Yes.
and pure lifestyle of Gen Z, sorry. So these are the topics where nobody wants to discuss and touch upon in a simple, innocent way which you can do. So have you ever given thought, like having a travelogue, exploring other cities, countries, or taking an off from your routine and going for a week or two and writing something?
That's a good idea. I think I can do that. I personally don't like leaving my home. I am a very let's say I like living in my room. I don't even go out of my room. Not because I'm, I guess, introverted or anything. I don't like traveling. But if it's for a good purpose, if I want to write a poem, and it's for a good cause. For example, I've written a poem on racism. So I think if you write it in a way which is sort of simple and not in a way that people already perceive it, something different, it makes people shift their perspective on it. It's the same thing, but you sort of flip their mind. Oh, it's actually this. So maybe for that purpose, yes, I would.
And what
somehow-
else fascinates you besides writing a poem?
A lot of I think everything. If you want something to fascinate you, it's up to you. So I think everything fascinates me. Animals fascinate me, but they fascinate me when I look at them for too long. So I think, okay, that's a dog. It has 4 legs. I don't. So anything can fascinate me. I don't think I have an answer for that. Yes.
And how about sports and other activities, physical?
Yes, I am in school. I used to play basketball. I was a good player. I was not very interested in that. I like to play badminton. My father plays badminton very well. My brother is playing badminton.
Okay.
Other than that, I like dancing. I think that's very
What
strong.
form of dance?
I recently started, this is my second year in Kathak.
Oh.
So, but I dance all dance forms. I should like the song.
And this book, how many poems does it have?
I think it has how many poems? 16 poems, I think.
16 poems.
Yeah, 16 or 17, I think. Yes.
So when are we going to see the second volume of it?
Soon. Or shall I say, when I finish the book. I have started working on it,
Yeah.
and I hope we will see it soon. I want to see it soon.
So you are still very young, but still a message from you will be a power punch for many. So give a message to your age children, how best they can use their time.
So I just want to say it's not a race. You have your own race. You do not need to compare yourself to others. You do not need to worry about marks. You don't need to worry about what teachers say all the time. Just take their advice, learn from it. That's it. Bas. And just have fun. Don't worry about life. It's you're crying today. Don't cry today. You'll stop crying tomorrow. So there's no point. So just live life with an open mind and just enjoy. It's life. You'll get over it.
How about using mobiles?
Mobiles, I know no one can avoid it these days. Just what I said earlier, you need to make sure that you control your phone and not let the phone control you. That's it. And everything will be set.
Thank you so very much. Wishing you a glorious future ahead.
Yes, thank you.
Looking forward.